String. You know, that bright red bottle, that really bold taste. For a lot of us, just hearing the name brings back a flood of memories. But behind this pretty simple drink is a surprisingly cool and fascinating story about a local brand that decided to take on the giants. So let's get into it and unravel the story of String, one bottle at a time.
I mean, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures that moment in time when String wasn't just another drink on the shelf. No, it was a shared experience. Kind of like a small ritual that was just woven into student life all across the country. It reached this cultural status that most brands can only dream about.
And that really is the big question. How did this low-cost drink from an Indian company become so iconic? Well, it definitely wasn't just luck. It was a story that came from some really sharp insights and a clever strategy, all built on truly understanding who they were selling to. Let's break down exactly how they pulled it off.
Okay, so our story kicks off with a company called Mann-Pacon Beverages. Now, they were already known for making affordable drinks, but they spotted an opportunity, a gap in the market that, believe it or not, nobody else was really paying attention to.
The core idea was super simple, but honestly, it was brilliant. Young people in India wanted something more than just your average soft drink. They wanted that kick, that energetic feeling. The problem? All those international energy drinks flooding the market were just way too expensive for a student or a young worker's budget.
So you see, the market was basically split in two. On one side, you had these super pricey, intense energy drinks from overseas, and on the other, you had your cheap, mild, local soft drinks. String was designed to live right in that sweet spot, right in the middle, giving you the intensity of an energy drink, but at the price of a soft drink. It was absolutely the perfect fit.
All right, so with this crystal clear idea in mind, Mann-Pacon Beverages set out to create the perfect product. And this wasn't just about, mixing a new flavor. This was about building a brand from the ground up, one that was practically engineered for success.
String's success really boiled down to this perfect trifecta. First, the taste itself was sharp and super memorable. You could almost say it was addictive. Then visually, that bold red color just made it pop on a crowded shelf. But the real masterstroke, the absolute game changer, was the price. It made getting that energy feel an easy, everyday choice. These three things didn't just exist side by side, they worked together perfectly.
Their launch strategy was every bit as clever as the product. Instead of some huge, splashy debut in the major cities, they went small. They targeted towns in states like Gujarat, where the competition was way lower, and they could build a loyal following without getting drowned out by the big guys.
And get this, they did it all without any big-budget ads or fancy celebrity endorsements. Their marketing was pure grassroots. They were right there at college events, they put up simple posters, and they focused on branding the little shops where their audience actually hung out. This built an authentic connection that, frankly, money just can't buy. And that smart grassroots strategy, it paid off in a huge way. Word of mouth spread like wildfire, and what started out in these small towns soon just exploded into a nationwide trend. String was no longer just a drink, it was officially becoming a phenomenon.
Before you knew it, it really felt like String was everywhere. You couldn't walk past a college canteen, a local pawn shop, or a street stall without seeing that iconic red bottle. It just became a normal part of the landscape for young people in India.
And this is when you know a brand has truly made it, when its name becomes a part of the local language. This simple phrase, "Brother, give me one string," became a common thing to hear in shops all over the country. It was casual, it was familiar, it was just part of the culture.
And String found its perfect purpose. For students pulling all-nighters right before a big exam, it was the fuel that kept them going. For drivers on those long, tiring road trips, it was a welcome boost. It solved a real, everyday need for the people it was made for.
But as quickly as it rose to the top, String started to face some serious problems. The journey wasn't all smooth sailing, and the brand's momentum began to slow down as new challenges started popping up.
The brand was basically hit by a perfect storm. From the outside, the big beverage giants finally woke up and saw String's success, so they launched their own competitors, squeezing its market share. But the really critical blow came from the inside. Its parent company, Mann-Pacon Beverages, started facing internal issues that crippled the entire supply chain. And, well, you can't sell what you can't get into stores, and soon those shelves started to empty out.
But here's the thing. Even though its presence on the shelves faded, String's legacy was already cemented. It was a total game changer. It proved that a homegrown Indian brand with a smart idea and the right price could absolutely compete with and even beat the international giants. It basically created the blueprint for a whole new category of drinks.
So today, you're not going to find String everywhere. It's actually become pretty hard to find. But what's so fascinating is that the memory of the brand is more powerful than ever. People still ask for it. They still remember that unique taste and the feeling it gave them.
So why does it stick in our minds so much? It's because it's tied to really powerful memories. For so many people, String is synonymous with college life, with long summer days, with late-night chats with friends. It became a small but really significant part of youth culture, and that kind of connection, it lasts.
Ultimately, the story of String is just this powerful lesson. It shows that you don't always need a massive budget or a global superstar to create something legendary. It all started with a simple idea, it became a trend, and now it lives on as a memory. All because the brand truly understood who it was for.
It really leaves you wondering, doesn't it? How does a simple product on a shelf make that incredible leap to become a cherished memory, a story that people still tell years and years later?